y'all been missing a G. So I'm back with a few tricks up my sleeves. Take a listen at these bars I conceive while hitting some trees. Heavy smoking, inhaling potent every time that I breathe. On a mission to achieve higher living before I leave. Indeed, fuck them haters, it's a must I succeed. So every day I'm on my grind like what this world got for me. Writing my life over beats, shit get deeper each week. Niggas is weak, don't want to see a nigga like me at the peak. I spit heat, touch your soul like hot coals at your feet. No surrender, no retreat, victory over defeat. Never catch me sleep, one eye open, I stay scoping, never slipping. In hot pursuit to get this loot, I want every penny. Shout out to my niggas and my bitches that been fucking with me. Y'all know the deal, I'm too real for these lames simply, nigga.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Quality Time TV. You already don't know who it is, so I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm going by the name of DJ Deem. Who else we got up in here?
And we got your boy, you know who you don't know. Now let me stop. Uptown Bronx, his own Lord Sama. We in the building, nigga. Uptown stand up. 25th hour stand up. Jesus, what up? As usual. You feel what I'm saying? And we got a very, 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 very special guest. Special guest, please introduce yourself, my man.
I am Jermaine Greaves. I am a viral sensation at the moment. 8 million views and counting. I went to Afropunk to dance and it made me famous. So I've been dealing with what that's like and just outside of that though, I'm an event planner, artist manager, event host, clothing brand owner, a lot of other things, but those are the main things that I am. I've been in the industry since November of 2011. So that's been a long time. I've been promoting parties all over Brooklyn, Manhattan, even some events in Harlem sometimes. So you know, I've been around. This isn't my first time being viral. This is my third time being viral.
That's dope.
Yeah. Yo, one thing, bro. Try to keep your face within the camera.
Okay, my face within the camera. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so
yeah,
dope,
this is
bro.
my third time being viral, so I'm just getting used to having attention again. Because the first two times it kind of was viral and it went away, but this time, like I have people really like following me, really into the movement, really into what I'm doing on my Instagram. So it's a bit different. I got a lot of stuff coming. Working on some stuff right now. This is my sixth podcast. I told him this. This is my sixth podcast this week. Just trying to get the name out there, making moves. I just shot a music video with somebody recently. It's on my gram. You know, I've just been busy grinding, making stuff happen. So, you know, just because I'm viral doesn't mean I stop working, stop grinding, stop networking. Like, that's what the viral thing, when it first happened, I was like, oh shit, I'm famous. And then I'm like, I gotta remember, I gotta keep people glued to me. So you gotta keep them in your peripheral view. You gotta keep the content coming. That's the only difference with this time, is that I have people really following me, really engaging with me, and really associating with the stuff I'm doing. So it's been a lot more work, but I'm always ready to work hard and do stuff. You know, I have events for next year that's coming up that's major. So I'm happy about that, and just it's a blessing to be able to do something that was primarily fun for me, and it opened so many doors. So you never know, a viral moment could like come and go just like that. So you got to capitalize on it. You got to make it your brand. You know, so, and because I know marketing, I understand like the people that were into the clip really like it because I didn't give a shit about where I was at. I just enjoyed myself, and that's what got people going. The simple fact that I was me the entire time. But I've been dancing at parties and clubs forever. Like I go to the club, I just have a ball. I just chill with a lot of cool females, and we just have a good time. But because everybody has seen it, it made me a little paranoid at first. Like, oh, is this the only thing I'm gonna be known for? So that bothered me a little bit. But now that people are opening opportunities and I'm getting to do like music videos and things like that right now, and that stuff is coming soon. And I have other content I did in the last 2 weeks, so all of that is coming very soon. Just working out the business aspect of my brand and figuring out where I should go next for right now. So, you know, like that's been a big thing for me. I went to two fashion week events. I was invited. So you meet these socialites, these Instagram famous people, and you just try to figure out where you can network and fit in, and how do you work the room. No matter where I
Right.
go, I work the room. So that's a big thing with me. I'm always working the room. I'm always networking. I'm always going somewhere because there's one thing I know. Everybody doesn't know me, although I'm viral. So yes, I have a viral video that's everywhere, but still, everybody has not seen me on a public platform or anything
Right.
yet. So I'm working on that. I'm setting up major new stuff that's coming, but they have their protocols too. So it's like everybody has the way that they do things. I'm
Mm.
learning about the media because of this. I didn't know too much about media. I just knew, okay, I could be viral. But I'm learning other aspects of the industry I didn't know. So it's just it's just evolving my brain and taking it up a notch. So
Right.
I'm trying to do things that make me stand out. So I'm working on a ton of content. I'm editing it down with some other people's help. There's some stuff coming. I have two major events I'm gonna be on next year, and they were like, you have to come. We're inviting you and only you. There'll be other bigger names there, but that's gonna help my brand too.
Mm.
So, so you can right now. I'm just going where the money is. Not to sound like weird, but I'm just going where I know I'm gonna elevate my brand. At this point, I'm not trying to do everything, but I am trying to at least build my name and let people know who I am. So the story behind that video was, I went to this festival known as Afropunk. I go there every freaking year and I do the same thing. But this time, the person who recorded it caught such a good angle of me doing my thing that most of the people that were watching that same video were like, who is this guy? He's just having the time of his life. A lot of the comments were like, oh, he doesn't have, he misses his shoe. Here's the thing about that one. When I dance sometime my shoe just flies right off. So it's not that I'm missing a shoe, it just comes right off. I knew where my shoe was, but most of the people in the comments were like, "Yo, he's dancing so hard, he's missing his shoe." So people were assuming whatever. And the cool thing that I've learned about my fan base in the last couple of days is that a lot of them are disabled, just like me.
Mm.
A lot of them are also like they've never been to anything that I've been to, like a concert, a festival. They've never done anything like that. So for them to see me living my life the way that I've lived my life, they're not used to that. Most people that are disabled are usually sheltered or not, or not even told that they can't. They're usually told they can't do something. So most of them are not necessarily out there in the community
Mm.
because it's either you're at home with your parents and they take care of you, or you just have like a home attendant or homemade that does everything. Me, I'm a little different. I go out by myself. I do everything by myself. I don't necessarily depend on anybody to help me. I try to be as independent as possible. Because I'm a man first before I am disabled. Although that's a part of me, I just try to handle my things as an adult should. So I don't want people to like look at my disability and think, oh, you have to help me. I want you to treat me just like every other person. If I do something dumb, tell me. Like I want to be treated just as normal as everybody else. But sometimes when
Right.
people start to see the chair, when they start to see the wheelchair, they start to get all sympathetic, and I'm like, I'm a whole grown man, so I don't want you to treat me like I'm a kid. Although I
Mm,
get why that is, I still want to be treated like an adult, you know. So
Right.
that's what I'm pushing with this video. I mean, it's cool that I went viral for doing something that was normal to me, but society doesn't see that as normal.
all right,
So I have an inroad now to say that what I'm doing, every other disabled person like myself can do.
all right,
And with all these major platforms I'm about to be on, I'm gonna really push, you know, um, that I exist, that people like myself exist, and that nothing is wrong with us. I think a lot of the times in the world that we live in, when they look at somebody like myself who's disabled and they see the chair and they see what they can physically see, they just see limitation. I don't see that.
mm-hmm,
I've never seen that, and I really have to give that credit to my mom because growing up, she treated me just like everybody else. So I was never treated any differently than
mm-hmm.
everybody else. So it made it more of a when other people treated me differently, I felt like that was weird because she didn't treat me any different.
Right,
So
right,
so
yeah,
so that was the only
Well,
thing.
I,
So
I respect, bro. Honestly, your story is incredible, bro. I'm happy to see that you could be an inspiration for so many other people that feel like they can't do certain things
you
because
know,
of how
you
society
know,
might.
I but my goal right now, since I have the opportunity to go major and the opportunity to do bigger things, I'm gonna use these platforms that have been reaching out to me to make a bold statement that I exist, that I'm here, that I am a human being first, and that in true reality, what I did is normal for me, but the world is seeing it as something new for them. So it's just to educate them on what it's like to be me. So, because most people have no idea what it's like to be disabled, they just see somebody in a chair and they're just labeling from jump. When I started promoting as a promoter, like no
mm,
one would pay. Like I have a story about that. When I started promoting as a promoter, a lot of people would ask me to come to their events, but they would never pay me. They
mm,
would never. They would never. It wasn't until I started doing my own events that people started noticing me. But initially, when I tried to collaborate with people, they would curve me. They wouldn't pay me. Since becoming viral, everybody that curved me is suddenly coming back around, and I'm just like, you
right.
dubbed me like years ago, so
Right.
I can't. So so
It's
it,
like people looking for the attention. They want that attention.
they're like, yo, you
Yeah,
got the clout now. I'm like,
yeah.
stay
But man,
away from me.
speaking of clout, man, I kind of want to hop into this first topic. I want to get some of your thoughts on like this Nicki Minaj retiring situation.
Definitely.
Um,
Oh, by the way, just to let you know, IG only lets you stay live for an hour, so we're gonna try to run through them as fast as possible.
Got you.
Yeah, definitely want to get some of your thoughts on that. And for the people who are tuned in watching, we're gonna hop right into this topic. If you guys are not aware, you live under a rock somewhere. Nicki Minaj announced that she's going to be retiring from this music industry. Um, I don't even really like, know where to start start peeling this back. But what are your thoughts on it? Like, how do you think that she's doing this for attention? Do you think that's why I was saying attention that we talked about earlier? Like, do you think that she's doing it for clout? Do you think what's your take on it?
I don't know what to think about it. I mean, a lot of in the last couple. Well, I don't know what to think about it. I heard it and I'm just like, do I even care?
Mm,
Because I'm not thinking about, well, for one, she has not necessarily been uh good in people's graces. So do we
Mm.
care that she's retired? Do we even care that like
My God, Zaddy in the comments, Zaddy T said we do not care in all caps.
Mm.
like do we even care that she's retired?
But I mean, is she not a
Me
legend though?
honestly, I will give her credit as a female rapper for the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But do I care about her right now? My answer is no.
Sheesh.
I'm I mean, she can do whatever she wants to do. She's made her money. Whatever she decides to do, that's on her. I'm not gonna, you've worked hard, you've put out, she can rap. She can rap. I will give her that. But the things that she's been doing has kind of already told me that she's probably not gonna stay in rap. Like she wanted to be this radio personality. So I assume she would have gotten out at some point. And then people, when it comes to Nicki now, they don't really care for her. So she must have realized that and just was like, I'm gonna dip. So
Yeah, I mean, Nikki to me, like I respect her, like you said, for the 10 years of being a female artist and dominating as a female artist, not just being a female artist.
Mm-hmm.
true.
Mm-hmm.
They've considered her the queen at one point. You feel me? So,
You
like,
said
I
at one
give her.
point.
All right, sorry. They consider her the queen. My bad, boss. But you feel me? So I respect it. I give her credit, but like the way she's been moving in the most recent years is kind of whack because it's almost like she's been battered for so long within this hip hop industry. Now she's just lashing out at everybody, and you want to feel bad because yeah, some of the stuff she's saying is real, like how they judge female artists differently from male artists, and how they don't give female artists the credit that they deserve, and a lot of times they say they get written for, and she had to prove so hard that she wrote her own bars. So I get it, but if you get mad like from what they said, don't argue with fools because people from a distance can't
Can't
tell
tell
who's
who's
who.
who.
You
Right.
feel what
Right.
I'm saying?
I feel like with Nikki, she would be better off if she really. I'm not knocking her opinion, but sometimes you gotta ignore people. Like for example,
Yes,
you
exactly.
don't see Beyonce out here. She hears all kinds of things about herself. She's still a billionaire, regardless of what you say about her. At the end of the day, and even for me, people could say whatever they want about me right now because I'm in my moment, but I don't care
Mm-hmm.
because I am doing things for myself.
Right.
You got to get to a point where you're like, okay, people gonna talk about you, but you still have to hustle for yourself. People, she's been famous for how long, and all of a sudden you have something to say. It doesn't make any sense to me. You should have said something if shit really bothered you. And furthermore, there have been people who've said she's not the nicest person in the world. So
Right.
Hmm. Yo, in the comments, Zaddy T says she realizes that no one is paying her any attention, so now it's time for her to sit down. She's not a great influence. She's jealous and a user. She said, "How can you dominate when you have no competition?" And shit. And does that
it's
reflect
kind of
poorly on
true.
you? Wait, hold on. Does that reflect poorly on you for saying that though? Because she's not the only. She's had enough competition. We just don't fucking pay attention to them. You feel me?
For the past
So
10 years, though.
bro, Rhapsody has been out here for a minute, bro.
Mm-hmm.
To name one, you feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You don't
Mm.
pay her no goddamn mind, bro. And she's a nicer artist than Nicki. Nicki is more like I feel like Nicki is more for the show. She's more of an entertainer. You think about the Roman's revenge shit and the
She's an
multiple versions.
artist.
True. Facts.
She's an entertainer and an artist, but I feel like with her it's more the show than anything else. Like, look at the way she carries herself. Like normal people don't walk around like that, bro. Like you
No,
feel
no,
what I'm
no.
like it's all a show when it comes to and then when people start tuning out the show because it's been going on for a decade and it's getting old, then she's lashing out at everybody like fuck you mean I'm the queen, you supposed to, you feel me? And it's like now we're not supposed to do shit, you supposed to be an artist, be an artist. You know what I'm saying? Be an artist and stop worrying about the theatrics of the shit. And I mean, I respect it though. I respect her transition. She doing the Joe Budden route. I feel like that's the way she going. Even though Joe Budden didn't have as much success, but you feel what I'm saying with the personality shit. And even with her Queen Radio shit, that shit is more just annoying to me. It sounds like a bunch of yelling for like an hour straight or 2 hours.
Fact.
I
Such
don't want to listen
fact.
to that shit. Like, what the fuck? Stop fucking yelling to have a conversation.
She really,
And then,
I don't know. Nikki swears that her barbs are, I don't know. Her barbs to me are delusional because they don't even realize the bullshit that she's doing. It's
I
just
mean,
like,
but that's with everything. That's with anybody who got stands. Look at Trump. Shit, his followers or whatever you want to call them. Look at the shit he do, and they give him
oh
passes.
yeah,
Why?
true,
Like him.
true.
So I
That
mean,
is definitely a fact.
it's tribalism shit. It's that tribe mentality.
True.
And I get it, but like if she's not good, she's not good. Urban Classic, thanks for tuning in. Zaddy said everyone's coming out of jail and getting back to the game, and she sees they cannot compete anymore. She sees she cannot compete anymore. She's old and irrelevant. Urban Classic said, "Nah, how I walk into this Nicki slander." Oh shit, we got a defender.
Here we go. Now we getting started. I honestly feel like she's doing it for attention, man. This was a cry for attention. Like just the way how she did it. She tweeted like I'm retiring. Like that's screaming like look at me, pay attention to me. Like look
Just
at what I'm
retire. Like it's
yeah.
not.
Like you're tarnishing your legacy, like doing all of this. Like so towards your end of career days, you're gonna decide to do all of this extra ish. Like, nah, bro. Like, go sit down. I'm sorry, but like, you're asking for way too much attention.
Yeah.
I just think that if she was more supportive of other female rappers and not feeling like they were competition, we wouldn't have this problem. But that's how I feel.
And then she tried to with Megan Thee Stallion. She tried to hop on just now as if like grasping for straws and shit. And when you drowning, but I mean,
Like what did Hot Girl Summer do? It was like Here Today, Gone Tomorrow.
Hot Girl Summer, that was City Girls, right? She was on the
No,
remix.
that was a song that she was on, but the song itself really
Yeah,
didn't do what it was supposed to do. Like what she was trying to repeat what she did with Cardi with Motorsport, and that just didn't happen. So
and that was the biggest. I feel like she dropped the ball when it came to Cardi because if she took Cardi under her wing and helped nurture her, Cardi would have showed that love back a million times over. Like Cardi showed
that's
love.
definitely fact. That's definitely fact.
Cardi showed love to everybody. Like it does, and that's one of the things everyone says is why she's gonna last so long because she wasn't afraid to work with people, so people are gonna hold her down for the long run. And I respect that. That's some real royalty shit. That's how you add. Well, shit, I can't believe I just called Cardi. I was gonna say that's some queen shit. Minus all the extra, you know what I'm saying? But just that's how you connect with people. Like you have to have that organic connection.
But Cardi to me has some. You got to remember, she still has that hood mentality, although she's famous.
That's why.
So it's different. She doesn't act like she's better than anybody. She's Cardi B. She's Cardi B from the hood. She may have money, but she still goes back to the Bronx. She talks about that. She still goes back to the Bronx to see her grandmother. She talks about those kinds of things. So for me, that makes me connect with her a little bit more. I hope to meet Cardi one of these good old days. Maybe I will meet her one of these good old days. We'll never know. But
in the chat, Urban Classic said she's always been an attention whore. She's still GOAT though. Y'all was with it when she came out with the gimmicks. I really wasn't. I hated that split personality shit. I did. That's what made her millions. Meg wanted that collab though. She knows what they would do for her career. Nicki is the brand, not Meg. But debatable. Zaddy says, I hate your name. I'm sorry. She had to hop in with Meg because she tried to cut ass on Meg on live and the world cut Nicki's head off. So Nicki jumped on the remix. Nah, fuck out of here. Tag me and y'all making me vex. Tag me in, you stupid. Nicki is a staple. She already paid her dues. A staple in an old report.
Wow.
Any new artist on the track with Nicki is still on the track with Nicki though. But if that track is like, I don't know, vroom,
Lately,
vroom or
her
some shit
features
like,
have not like the features she has chosen to do have not made her like the queen of rap. She's just jumping on to
how
like
y'all
stay
feel about
relevant.
Megatron? That Megatron shit.
Trash.
Because like
I
if
hated
that's
it. I hate the record.
if
I hate the
that's
record
what, bro, if
personally.
that's what Nicki is giving me, she better pay me to get on my song. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then she did that to a classic rhythm too. Like, why would you, bruh? I don't know.
And it's not the first time she went that route and it didn't really work. She had Anaconda before.
Anaconda
Anaconda was
kind of hit though. It kind of hit
But she
because
tried.
of the video. Because of the video. That's why, really.
Right. And I mean, people don't even remember that song. People don't even like it didn't
True.
it was here and it was gone. It was hype. That was it.
True.
a lot of
She
what
just
Nicki
tried to
does
redo
is
the
she
formula.
makes sure a lot of what Nicki does is even though the song is trash, she makes sure the visual is like has a sex appeal. So you may not remember the song, but you remember that visual. You remember what it looked like. You remember the song may be so trash, but you remember that visual.
Mhm.
Facts.
That's one thing she does do well, but the song is still trash. Though it's not. I party all the time. The song is not ringing off in the clubs like that.
Mm. Real
Like
shit.
you hear it ever so often, but it's not ringing off in the clubs where it's like, oh, this is Megatron, and no, certain people are bopping to it, but not everybody is.
Deem, how many times you spun Megatron?
Like
You took too long, nigga.
I actually don't think I've played it.
Wow, Megatron. I'm the Megatron.
It's
How is
not.
the
It's
lyrics?
not.
What?
I actually never played it, to be honest.
Oh shit.
I've never played it. I've never had anybody request it, so I don't play it.
No, but dead ass, it's like DJs try to play it and they set and this one party I went to, they was like, boo. I was like, shit.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy. I mean, it's sad because she then did the Megatron challenge, and so many people ate her on her own track. So I'm like, why? I don't know.
That's why she retired. She's
That's
running
why she
away,
retired.
man. She's running
Yo,
away, and I just think the way how she's doing it, she's tarnishing her legacy, man. Like
so
fade
bad.
away, like how Jay-Z did it, man. Like
True, true.
just let it be. Like you. Nobody's not saying that she's not a great artist. Nicki's. She's had a record. She has her. She's figured out marketing as being an artist. I just feel like in this point in your career, like I saw somebody else post, yeah, Nicki's retiring, but what has she really left behind for us? And that really
Nothing.
it really hit. Like there's no all female record label that she created. Like she didn't do anything like that. Like and I'm like sitting here really thinking about it. Like we could put Drake and Nicki in the same category. If Drake were to retire tomorrow, look how much stuff he's left behind.
Yeah, even the OVO shit alone, just OVO alone, like I'm gonna keep it a buck. And I'm not.
But Drake is like that though. Drake is a little different. Drake actually puts on for up and coming artists. Nicki, not so much. Unless she knows she can benefit from it.
True. And I was
In
gonna
my
ask
opinion,
do y'all
she
think
moves.
Nicki is what you call it, selfish?
She moves like she needs to benefit from the person she's working with. So she's not. Drake has left so much behind that you can't even be mad at him for doing what he's done. He has OVO. He's put other artists on. He put other songwriters on
Right.
to run his stuff.
Producers.
I mean, not always in the best circumstances, but he still got them in that industry, I guess, or around the right people.
For
And
the most, for the
I be
most
thinking about
part,
that, like,
for the most part, Drake has definitely credited most of his songwriters on the stuff he's done. He's never not credited them. Some of those songwriters feel like he took most of the stuff that he recorded with them and tried to sound like them, which is up for debate. But but Drake has done way more for a lot of up and coming new artists than Nicki ever could. Not knocking her, but but I'm assuming if she had more of a nicer personality, we wouldn't be saying like we don't care that she's retired.
Right, right.
But I think because of the things that she's done, you can't avoid that.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying. Like, what has she, I'm not saying what has she done? That sounds wrong. I'm just saying, what are you leaving behind for us? Like, what are we really gonna sit and remember and say about Nicki, being that she's retiring? Like, what's there?
What's for yelling?
I don't know. I don't know. I personally,
And I'm
me
not bashing
personally,
her, for the record. Any Nicki fans, I'm not bashing her. I'm literally asking you guys, like, what, in y'all opinion in the chat, like, what do y'all see that she's left behind? Like,
I mean, she was a rapper for 10 years. She had some hits, I guess. And, she did what she had to do. My only thing I wish she would have cleared up is her beef with female rappers. The beef thing is what's going to make her legacy a bit nasty
mm,
because she's had beef with almost every female rapper except Trina. But that's an exception because they're friends. But
mm,
everybody else you've tried to work at, there's some type of beef. Why?
mm,
So that's the only thing. But other than that, I don't care that she's retired. I mean, for me, I personally don't care.
mm,
Shit. I mean, I respect it. I respect it. I don't technically care, but I want to give her just desserts or her just dues, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
She's
mm.
rapped for 10 years, but
I'm not the biggest Nicki fan. I will say it. So yeah, sorry, my man.
no, I'm not the biggest either.
All right. Well, let's go ahead. Let's hop over to this next topic. We're gonna play the video. We're gonna intro first. Which one do you want?
Nah, let's intro it.
All right. Cool.
So basically, we wanted to ask the question: do you guys feel like it is people within hip hop, influencers, influential people within hip hop, are they obligated to reach back and help the communities from which they come from? And I got this topic because there was a video. Well, you guys seen Akon went to Power 105 recently, and he's been talking about a bunch of stuff that he's been doing in Africa, how he's been giving back to the community. And a lot of times people think even Dave Chappelle made the joke when he was like, when 9/11 happened, they called Ja Rule, like, Ja Rule, what are your thoughts? Like, who the
Yeah.
fuck cares about what Ja Rule got to say about 9/11? You feel me? But we look to these entertainers as leaders at the same time. So is it their job to help the black community be better than what it is?
I personally think if you're an entertainer, be an entertainer. If you're an activist, be an activist. I don't I
So
don't
you're
believe,
for shut up and dribble then?
huh?
Are you for shut up and dribble then?
Not necessarily. I mean, it depends on. I'll say this: it depends on what you're fighting for.
Mm,
But I also believe that if you're if you like, for example, if you know you want to speak on a certain issue that's close to your heart, do that. But other than that, I would say if I want to, I feel like an entertainer's job is to entertain. But if they do want to speak on the community, I think they should. They don't necessarily have to, though. You got to find people in your community that reflect that. So I feel like
Respect.
an entertainer can entertain and be an activist if they want to, but that's not their responsibility. Like, parents have to still realize you still got to raise your kids, and it's like at the same time, yeah, you got these influences like TV and stuff like that, and I get that.
mm,
But at the same time, if you're a parent raising your son or your daughter, that's your responsibility. It's nobody else's responsibility but you as a parent. So yeah, the celebrity is there, but you listen to their music, you hear their stuff. you know what your kids or whoever is around you is listening to, have some type of control over that. So I kind of feel like, yeah, they can be an entertainer if they want to. And if they're black, it's not that it's their obligation, but if you know that the music you're sending out is hurting your community, I think you should do something about it. But they're not obligated to.
Okay. Well, speaking of Akon, let's go ahead and run this clip so the people can know exactly what we're talking about.
All right, got you.
All right.
In Sierra Leone, and right in the middle of the second song, we was doing Ghetto. The crowd was it was like about 40, 50,000 people in that stadium, and literally electricity just cut out.
Power went out. Mm-hmm.
Power went out. Because of that, a big riot went out because the power never came back on. So I was like, something got to be done about this. Like, this ain't normal. So then I started doing research, met with the president, said, listen, man, we want to figure out how can I be of help to get the energy problems resolved in Africa. Because everywhere I go, we would have the same problem. So then I went to, the Middle East, found some friends, and said, listen, if I can come through and, put together some partnerships between you and certain countries in Africa, would you provide the energy there? At this point, mind you, I know nothing about it.
Right.
Then I meet with my country president. I said, listen, I want to be able to, liaison some energy companies. How can we make this work out? Raise some money, build a power plant. This was my, thing. So he was like, yeah, if you can find it, let's do it. Mm-hmm. So now I'm hyped. I already got the parties because I had already figured it out. So I said, listen, I talked to my president. He's going to give us, the full rights to do whatever we want to do. We could build a power plant in the country and everything. So he said, cool, no problem. If we could do this, you can get an official letter from the president. I'll sign off saying we're good with it. If you can make it happen, let's go. I take the official letter, go back to my president. I said, I got some great news. He said, what is it? I said, I think I raised the money. He said, how much? And now, mind you, at that time, they was willing to put up to $1 billion to do the power plant.
Right.
So the president at that time, he had to be extremely honest with me. He said, listen, son, the business that you're entering into now is a type of business that create wars. Mm. He said, when I told you to go get it, I didn't think he was going to pull it off.
Exactly.
I didn't think he was going to hit you again. Yeah, he said straight up, I was spinning you because I had no idea that you would ever be able to come back with it. He said, but now that you came back with it, I got to tell you this is something that we can't do right now. Politically, it's just impossible. But if you can find a different solution to provide energy, I'll back you 100%. So now at this point, I'm like, nigga, I don't know nothing about energy. Like, what other solutions is there? I'm not even thinking. So I'm all depressed riding back to the airport. And as I'm riding, I see these vendors on the street with these little solar lamps. Mm-hmm. And then boom, it hit me. I was like, solar? Mm-hmm. That's it.
Right.
So then I started doing my research on solar, realized that the Chinese had literally invested billions and billions of dollars into solar products and factories for the United States. But then the U.S. put a 200% tax on it. So they couldn't utilize none of that stuff. They just sitting in China, all the factories, all the equipment. And I said, damn, this could be something I can use to my advantage. So I fly to China.
And you get the solar on the low, right? Now you get the solar on the low price.
So I get to China, and I was like, listen, this is a way we can both help each other. You guys invested all this money that you can't utilize. Africa's in need of it, and we don't have the product. You guys got the product, so there got to be a partnership here. They said, you know what, you're right. I said, so look, let me be the guy that you can use to deliver this product to projects in Africa. So I created my company, and I said, listen, Mr. President, I think I got the right situation. I explained to him at the time, solar was like, but it was non-threatening because no energy company around that time even cared. So they was like, okay, cool, do these villages, and then from there we'll see what happens. So the Chinese gave me $1 billion credit line to all solar products, factories, initiatives, whatever I need to do solar, I had the money to do it. So because I had that credit line now, I was able to front the country, the project, whatever the process was. Sometimes their energy budget might be $150 million, but you pay that out within 3 years. Mm-hmm. But the rural electrification budget was only like $50 million. Mm-hmm. So they couldn't afford a project that big. But because I had the credit line, I was able to front them the product, and then within 3 to 5 years, they can pay me out.
Gotcha.
You find, so it was easier for me to be able to make that move. So once we did one country, it just kind of propelled. Everybody wanted it. And we had the credit line to supply them, and now they just paid me out in years. So
who would have known a kid from Newark, New Jersey got $1 billion credit line for solar energy?
So it was just an opportunity. It just wide open. And in the process, I hired people that knew exactly how this works. They've been in it for 20, 30 years, hired them to run my company. It's been amazing ever since.
Wow.
Hello.
Yep, we are back. We are back. Man, this guy Akon, man. He's like,
I heard a part of it where he talked about investing, like the Chinese had like a billion in something and they invested in something. I didn't hear the whole thing.
Yeah.
yeah, so basically he got a credit line, $1 billion credit line from China to provide solar panels to villages in Africa.
Africa. It was a big program called Akon Line Africa, some shit like that. And he basically used that money to go to mad villages and bring them electricity that didn't have electricity through the use of solar power. And stuff like that is what I mean when I say, is it up to people from the hip hop community to solve the issues of the black community? And Akon, I don't even know if I really want to include him in that, because he's so much more than a hip hop artist. Like he
Yeah.
don't even need to do hip hop. I think he had like oil money. Didn't he know?
He's a humanitarian, so it's a little different.
Why you said exactly? Oh, hold on, real quick, before we do that, I would just want to get through the comments real quick. Urban Classic said everyone has a moral duty to be more than their skills. Thank you for tuning in, Highly 21 Fave, or Highly Fave 21. She said it's on you though to decide whether or not you want to fulfill that. It takes a village though. It does take a village, says Zaddy. But using your platform for the greater good is a human effort we should all make. A la Quality Time Network. But Urban Classic says he's such a fucking goat. Agreed, Zaddy T. Golden D, thanks for tuning in.
What's up, D?
All right. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so I say that Akon is a humanitarian because he was a hip hop artist, but for me, he's a humanitarian because instead of just kind of sitting down and letting Africa kind of go to waste, he decided to go back to Africa, and because of his celebrity, he did something about it. But he wanted to do something about it.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, BRB, folks. All right, yes. Akon, to me, like, I appreciate everything that he's doing, even with his A coin. I don't know if you guys heard that, but he created his own cryptocurrency, and he's trying to push it to be like the currency of the African continent. And Africa, a few countries within Africa are already trying to do that, where they're trying to create a new trading block partnership between a bunch of them so they could pool their resources and have more of a say when it comes to world affairs and stuff like that. Shit like that, I'm all for, you feel me? And if artists can help push that, because at the end of the day, without art, the world is a dark place. You feel me? Like artists brighten the world, artists bring joy to the world. So if they can then use the gifts that they were given to gain monetary compensation for it, and then turn around and use that to build up the communities that come from, isn't that the whole point of everything? Look at Nipsey, look at what he was doing. It's sad that he went the way he did, but there's always a sucker nigga out there that don't want to see shit go right, you feel me? So
that's definitely true.
But at the end of the day, that can't stop us. We can't get afraid now and say, now we're not going to help each other because other people don't want to see us do good. So I support it. I'm all for the fuck this shut up and dribble shit. I'm more than an artist. I'm more than a basketball player. I'm all for it. And when we reach to a point where we can have an even greater impact on the community than we are, trust and believe, me, DJ Deem, everybody with fucking Quality Time will be doing just
right.
Yeah,
I know you're doing the same thing, bro.
I believe it comes back, man. What you put out into the world comes back. Everything's an exchange. You know, you go back and you do. And I just want to go into the chat real quick because it was something I did want to say. Like, I agree with this, but I do also want to play devil's advocate for a little bit. So Urban Classic says, so are artists that choose not to do more limiting themselves? Zaddy T says they're completely limiting themselves. Urban Classic says, right, and they're okay with complacency. And I just want to play devil's advocate because there probably are those artists, those athletes out there that love what they do as far as sports, and that's all they want to do. And unfortunately, we can't force people to say like, yo, you need to give back, you need to give back, especially if this is what all they want to do. And they can be given back in different ways. It doesn't have to be monetary, something like this, you know.
True.
I always say that artists are doing things like they affect people in different ways, where they change people's lives, they save people's lives. Some artists have that effect. So, you know, would that be considered a form of giving back? Could that be considered as well then?
I mean,
I think so.
it can be.
If you have that much of an impact, yeah, I guess, yeah. And because you think about it like this, because you think about it like this, teachers who, or like somebody who goes back to their community to become the teacher, you feel me? They're giving back, even though they're not like necessarily giving money. They're giving back their time and their dedication to the younger generation to help them do even better. So, yeah, bro.
It's all relative.
Right. So it doesn't have to be something that's monetary. It doesn't have to be them building solar panels. It could be other things.
It could be having a seminar every week at a certain location or online, and you're just there educating people and getting them up to
Definitely
speed
a
on
fact.
current events. Like that's definitely giving back. You know how everybody here knows how powerful information is. You feel me? So if we could create a place where we pool all that information and share it with one another, imagine.
Even like for example, even with my video, it's been spread all over the world, and I was doing a simple thing, and people were like, "Yo, because of your video, I'm happier," and it's stuff like that. The thing about it is, you could affect change with doing what I did or just talking to somebody. Like change is not just like change is very like in the moment. It depends on what you're doing though.
Energy.
You don't gotta be like in my position where I'm getting into certain rooms because of what I did, but you could be a regular person who helps somebody throughout the day. So that's how I see it. Change is what you change is like we could all make somebody think differently or do something that they don't normally do, but that's up to us. So yeah.
Right.
In the chat, let me see.
Zaddy T says, I got it.
Urban class. Oh,
yeah. She said they don't need recognition for their efforts, but I feel they should reach out and help others.
Right.
Okay. But speaking of all of that with artists and rappers and stuff, let's go ahead and hop into this third topic. All right. So there's this post that went up that my mixtapes had posted, and it was from Punch TD. He says we need to talk more about more things in our music. I can't keep listening to us describe different watch brands, how much cars cost. It's literally money or watches, girls, money, and verse. Yeah.
Hey, man, that little icon.
Yeah, I was like, well, what does that say?
Well, man, I agree. I agree 1,000%, bro. You hear the music I make, and don't get me wrong, I'm not super fucking conscious. I ain't making Christian rap, but at the end of the day, I'm not talking about murdering niggas. I'm not constantly talking about bitches, drugs, this, that, and the third. You feel me? Because you have to have some kind of substance, like music. Oh, back to the old days, like back to before we even recorded shit. Really, the purpose of it was to tell a story, was to pass down stories through generations and shit. Like it has a deeper meaning. Music connects to your soul. You feel
definitely facts.
So if the only music you're hearing is some drill shit, eventually you gonna go drill a nigga or do some wild shit, right or wrong. And there's people that are stronger than that. There's people that are stronger than that, but not everybody has that. You feel me? One thing my older brother used to say to me is, yo, I don't know how you listen to the type of shit you do, and you ain't outside robbing niggas and this, that, and the third. But I'm like, but I got examples before me of shit that people shouldn't have done that got them caught up. So why would I follow in the same footsteps? You feel me? So to me personally, The substance is what matters the most. I can't even pay
True.
attention half the time if niggas ain't saying shit. Like, it's like, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I making myself dumber? But
True.
that's my personal opinion.
I agree with you on that. I think his name was Saul Williams, but he was on the Breakfast Club and he was talking about like music is like a diet. Like whatever you
I
like
like
I remember that clip so vividly. He was like whatever you like food, when you listen to certain music, you start to become the thing. So if you listen to something enough times, you become that thing. So from that, from oh shit. From that, I learned like I can't listen to everything. I could listen to everything, but I cannot live those raps. Because that when you start to live the lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
that's when shit gets crazy.
And half of these motherfuckers out here just be fucking chatting like Lil Tecca with the ransom shit. And don't get me wrong, like I said before, like I respect Lil Tecca because he kept it a buck and said, "This is not me. This is not my life." Ray, Ray, Ray. But it's like, so why the fuck are you rapping about it? Like, one of my big, the artists that I love the most is Currency, and one of the things he says constantly is, couldn't talk about it if niggas didn't live it. You feel what I'm saying? And I respect it 1,000,000%. And that might limit the field in the sense of not everybody is doing something that's worthy to be put on wax.
But
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 that's why you're getting paid all this money, because you're giving us something that we're not getting from just anywhere. Nowadays it's bubblegum pop microwave shit, so everybody could get on the track, moan a little bit, mumble a little bit, say bitch hole, car, this, that, and the third. I got cars, I got jewels, my ice, do one of these where they show the girl, and now you're a rapper, nigga, you're certified platinum.
rap
I'm like,
rap to
nigga,
me. Rap to me. There's still rappers who rap. Do not sleep. I know
of
rappers who
course
rap.
it is.
I know rappers
It's a
who rap
shot,
niggas under the table.
right?
They're just not. They're just
It's
not
a shot.
mainstream.
That's the
But
problem.
but
Because like you said, somebody may remember we was talking earlier. You said there's an artist for everybody.
Right.
So
true,
the artist for everybody needs a platform, though. That's the thing, and
true,
that's
true,
why
true. Facts.
going back to season one, what we said in season one, nigga,
Mm.
we need new subgenres to hip hop. Not everybody could just be grouped into hip hop because it's not all the same. Lil Nas X can't be compared to Method Man. Can't be compared to ASAP Rocky. Like, they're
Right.
not in the same genre. Like, you
Post
feel what
Malone.
I'm saying? Post Malone, they're not in the same genre. We need new
Post
subgenres.
Malone is not even hip hop. He's
Exactly.
alternative.
He's alternative hip hop. I'd rather you call him alternative hip hop. I respect it. But if you just
He's a
throw this nigga in
subgenre.
hip
He's a
hop,
He's
subgenre.
not hip hop. He was never hip hop to me. He was like pop and alternative.
I think that he's yeah, exactly. It's like a hip hop side of it, and we're in that era where hip hop music is pop music. Like it's literally one of the most popular genres in the world. So it's like can you say that um can you say that he's not hip hop? Can we at least he's talking about stuff in his songs? I don't think he does have his drugs and references and that type of stuff, but those are things that I'll be looking at over in the chat. Urban Classic says rappers have nothing to talk about. That's why they have a limited outlook on life, and so they rap about the same shit. It becomes junk food for the soul. Zaddy T says, sadly, it's perpetual cycle. They look up to They look up to the rappers out now. Money, bitches, drugs. That's the mindset they think moves the people. Okay.
But you gotta think about their age. When we were 19, 20, 21, 22, were we conscious of ourselves?
Me,
No.
yeah, I was listening to Gucci. Like,
We were all we were
yeah,
all we were
yeah.
all a little bit, we were all a little bit of a mess back then. So
We wanted music that was fun.
yeah, but it's different. The music that we listen to and I always think, okay, the kids now are acting just like when I was acting, when I heard Soldier Boy for the first time, or when I heard
Yep.
Wayne for the first. Like when I heard Wayne for the first time, that's how I felt. So I can't be mad that they're hype over this thing I'm not hype over,
Mhm.
cause I was just as hype when Lil Wayne came out or Gucci or Soldier Boy. But then you got to think, okay, you're a little bit older. You may not get this stuff. You
Mhm.
may not understand
How they understand.
how they understand this.
Right.
So I just say, okay, that's not for me. It's cool, it's fun, it's not my thing. But I respect what they're doing because they're not out here just selling drugs or getting shot up or
Mhm.
it's not for
What about
me.
the ones? What about the ones that are selling drugs, but you still respect their music?
I mean that's you know what it is? That if they live that life, that's their life. But you know, you famous now, you gotta be careful. You
Right.
know, even with my stuff now, everybody's reaching out to me, but I told a bunch of people I'm not popping out to nothing. Y'all
Mhm.
gonna see me the next time I have a weight.
Or
Right.
you always gotta
It,
protect yourself.
it's a personal choice, and also because I'm in college, I don't gotta chill with nobody. I just gotta go to class, lay low. Hopefully, nobody says, "Oh, that's the nigga from whatever website."
Mhm.
Yeah.
But hopefully I could just go back to well, I'm about to go back
I
to
was about to
college.
say what school you go to, but dead ass don't throw that out there. If you,
I don't want to throw that out there.
nah, don't throw that out.
I cannot.
Definitely.
Some people from my school already follow me on Instagram. Like I saw them. I'm like that bitch from my school. But they can, but I but I can't even I cannot even throw out that information like what school I go to. Like I went to this fashion event and then Matt was like, "Are you the guy from the video that was dancing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." And I started like taking pictures and signing things and hugging people. Oh, it was an experience.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna announce this on here. I'm actually working on a tour for December to February, so I need to find venues like across the country and internationally, so I can travel and
Dope,
stuff.
dope,
So,
dope, dope,
uh,
dope.
I've been working on that. So if you know anybody that knows somebody that also knows somebody, just let me know because I'm trying to piece this thing together.
Will do,
Um,
bro.
yeah.
Will do. Definitely will
Trying to
do.
go across the
So
country.
that's dope, man. So tell everybody where they can find you out on IG. What's
Okay, so my name on Instagram is Jermaine, JermainGreaves. And after this chat, I'm gonna actually send you guys my business card so you can post it.
most stuff?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and you can just tell people what I'm doing. So like yeah, so I plan events. I'm an event host. I throw parties. I do artist management. I do marketing as well. That's why I could be viral 3 times because I know how it works.
Mm,
Um, um, so I do all kinds of stuff. Like I know how to clean up my brand and clean up other people's brand. It's really weird. Um, I have that eye to know like how to catch people's attention.
That's
right.
dope.
Well, yeah, definitely me.
So, so if you need any marketing help or whatever the case may be, if you're a business, it doesn't matter what you do. I got you as long as you have a budget because I'm gonna blow up in a few months. Got some major things coming. I can't even tell y'all, but it's
Make it
coming,
happen.
man.
Make it happen.
Right. Speak it into existence, bro.
It's awesome stuff. But yeah, my purpose in life is to just keep inspiring people, keep living. Also, I have an event that I will be doing on the 23rd of September in the city. It's a health and wellness brunch. It will be on my Instagram. I will be speaking for the first time at this health and wellness brunch. It's by Overall Entertainment. So they hired me to come and speak for a few minutes on health and wellness.
Dope.
So,
Dope.
the tickets are on sale now. I will be there. Y'all can say hi to me. I'm not weird like that. Just don't see me when I'm in the middle of doing something. I might just be like, what? So, I've already got like weird fan interactions already. Oh, you're the guy from the video. Can you dance for us? I'm like, what? But I get it. Sometimes I do it. But I'm what I will say is I'm very approachable. Just don't be touching all over me. That's when I get weird. Don't touch me like that. But you can approach me. Just don't do no weird shit. Then I'm not gonna act crazy. But other than that, I'm really cool. I'm extremely approachable. Like I said, just don't do nothing too weird because people will, There was one person, she was yelling my name, and I'm trying to find her, and I couldn't see what it was. When I went to this event recently, she was like, "Are you Jermaine?" And I had to yeah, but I do have fans, man, and they love me. Also, if you know anybody that does bookings out in London, please let me know. I'm looking to get like sponsors, like business owners to sponsor this tour. Just people who have businesses. So I'm looking around right now to see if I can get some sponsors.
Most stuff.
So I can travel the world.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. Hear you. So, all right. Well, we already got cut off IG because our hour ran up, but we still on YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, everywhere else. So before we go, once again, it's the boy that you don't know, Lord Sama. Go check out my new single, Infinite Music. I got more shit on the way. Check out my page. I just threw 2 videos up there. Working. You see us. We had quality time, making music, doing other shit, making connects. We'll also tomorrow be at our guy's Torres event, the new artist showcase. Him and the infamous Amadeus. We're gonna be out in the city at his event, at their event. Check us out. DJ Drewski's supposed to be there. You never know who else might pop in the building. So pull up, pop out, enjoy yourself. And once again, it's your boy LAUD.
And it's DJ Deem.
And I'm Jermaine.
And we out of here.
Peace.
This was mad fun.
Let's